guys, welcome back. Episode 3 on Seek with Neeks. Something a little bit different today. I thought I would take you through a bit more of a technical rundown. Not really, I'm not an expert. This is just what works for me. So yeah, gonna run you through a simple setup that I do each camping trip, and yeah, I find it works for me. Hopefully you might take something out of it, or maybe you might be able to tell me what I'm doing wrong, or yeah, anything else in between. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. So I have a blackjack on my caravan. I upgraded to a blackjack pretty quickly after getting a caravan. Just a few too many sketchy, what do you call them? Jockey wheel moments and rolling, not for me. Especially because I do go and set up on my own a lot. It just, too many sketchy times. I just did not want to deal with that. So yeah, the blackjack has never let me down, and I am a massive fan. I would say this is probably, actually it's close to a year now of me using it, and quite frequently, and it has never failed me. I have just actually upgraded though, and got an additional blackjack box. You can actually stack up to 3 of these bad boys. But yeah, since I swapped the tow vehicle to the cruiser, I definitely have a lot more height, and yeah, rather than hyperextending the blackjack leg, I just think, why don't I give it a go on stacking an extra block? So yeah, obviously literally brand new in the box, haven't given it a whirl yet, so hopefully we can work this out together. Alrighty, so I've taken the cover off. I do really love that the DO35 actually has a safety mechanism that if this doesn't click in, you know something's wrong. So I've just taken that off. And no, I had it already, sorry. So yes, that's loose and in the unlocked position. So I am going, you know, I'm actually thinking now, this clearance isn't too bad. So I reckon I might only need the 1 block today. But I tell you what, I would rather be looking at it than looking for it. Although I should concentrate on what I'm doing. So yeah, the leg just perfectly fits on this little cut-in that's organised there. This part's a little scary when the pin drops. But I tell you what, it is far less scary than watching the jockey wheel go. Ugh. So, watch her come up. I just definitely always, you know, after being run over by a car, I am a bit scared. So I always make sure I am fully clear of the drawbar. We don't want any little whoopsies. Oh, and definitely handbrake on, guys. Alrighty, I think that looks pretty good. I always generally put it up enough to be able to clear the drawbar off the hitch, and then I move the car forward, and then I work out whether the van's level, and then I can just adjust it. So handy. Sometimes a little cheeky, I do actually do it from the car with the remote, and it is really good. Love the remote. And a little bit of eyeballing. I think we're good. Righty. Also, while we're at the front end, I thought I'd quickly tell you about this. It's a little bit dusty. Pretty sure I got this from Navigator. I will put the details down below. But this, I think, is so important. Your drawbar and your chassis really is the most important part of your van, so why don't we protect it more often? Yeah, it doesn't actually work with my chains down, but that's okay. And it just perfectly slides over the front of my drawbar. Alrighty, so yeah, it just clicks in nicely so it won't fall off in the wind. And just make sure you shove your electricals in there as well, because we want them to be protected. Like I said, it's a little bit dirty because it's been doing its job, but protects the hitch and everything else that's important. So check that one out, guys. Anyways, we best get set up. I have had a fair few questions about how I pull the awning out on my own. I'm not that bougie. I don't have an electric awning. I just make it work. So let's go do that. So I always start by unhooking the arms. Flick the rotation into reverse. And of course now I'm showing you it's not going to work nicely. Then pull the arms up, click them into place. This part always looks sketchy, but I promise it'll be fine. I very rarely leave the awning attached to the van. I much prefer the awning to be out. But personal preference, I guess. This part also does look a little bit sketchy, but again, take your time, it'll be fine. I have definitely put it up too high for my reaching, so I'm gonna lower that one. Then you just lean and stretch. I do always say one trip I am going to put marks and then I'll know how high I need to put it up. Today is not that day. Alrighty, so roof's up, awning's up. That's pretty much everything majorly structural and stabilizers down. So yeah, now it is basically just whatever little bits and bobs I want to put out. Again, this does vary a fair bit depending on whether it is a one-night trip, if it's a couple of nights, if it's raining, if I'm planning on going out and doing things, if I'm camping with friends. So yeah, what this looks like can really vary a lot, and obviously can go from being a little stealth camp or the Taj Mahal. So just depends on what I'm up to. Definitely do not like to go without my comforts, and yeah, I like to have nice little things. So let's see what I decide to put out today. Well guys, I tell you what, I am feeling pretty bloody hot and toasty. It was a very easy setup, but it is also still very warm, and yeah, I'm feeling it. So I think we might leave this one here for today. I have a bevy or 5 at least to have, and yeah, I will check back in with you guys tomorrow. So see you then. Morning guys, have just woken up from a great first night's sleep in the van. Don't know about you guys, but my first night's sleep when out camping is always the best. Don't know what it is, there's just something about it that it's just unreal. So yes, anyways, as I mentioned yesterday, this video is a little bit less of adventures and just more about the small moments and what setting up camp looks like for me. So I thought, and also realized, I don't think I've shown you inside my van. So I'm not going to be doing a full walkthrough or a detailed explanation on everything. I could though. So if that is something that you are interested in, let me know down below in the comments, and I could definitely eventually get around to doing that. So yeah, I just thought I would, you know, you guys have seen a fair bit of the outside of the van now, but yeah, haven't given you a little look at the inside. So I thought, let's do that today. So yeah, as you can see, I am currently in bed, and my bed is a very debatable thing. I know it's not for everybody, and I do also agree it does have pros and cons. For now, it is great and I am enjoying it. Would I do it again? I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, as you can see, my head is obviously quite high to the roof. As you'll see shortly, my bed does sit really quite high up in the van, and that's so I can have the beautiful kitchen that I do. So yeah, that was the trade-off for me, and this time around I am enjoying it and much prefer the kitchen. I do spend more time out there than I do in bed, so the small sacrifice was worth it. But yeah, obviously definitely not for everybody. But yeah, anyways, let's have a little look at the rest of the inside, shall we? Actually, while we're still up here, I may as well run you through the storage that I've got. So these giant cupboards are storage, 2 of them on each side, and I generally store like bulkier clothes like winter jackets, dresses, stuff like that, like bulkier items. I do generally try and keep always a set of trackies and also a jumper in the van. Even if it's summer, sometimes there has been occasions where it has been cold. So I never want to be cold. I'd always be rather looking at it than looking for it. So yeah, I do try and keep some essentials in the van, and having them up here, which is a little bit further away and not as accessible as where my other clothes are, has really been a good thing. So yeah, like I said, 2 on each side of the bed. Right, so this probably gives you a bit of a better look. So as you can see, that's how deep the cupboards are. They are narrow, but I do cram a lot in there. So yeah, 2 on either side of the bed. And as you can see from this angle, you get a much better idea on just how high up my bed actually is. So I've got this little cupboard here, which I generally keep windbreakers, raincoats, beanies, etc. And then these drawers down below, I keep clothes in. So again, they are quite small, but they are perfect for like a little weekend or something like that. And I definitely push the friendship on how much I can cram in these. So yeah, I've got 2 of them. Like I said, not a very organized packer, but it is what it is. It works. Then I do have a little couch set up here. So funny story, there used to actually be a table here, and I felt like it was a bit claustrophobic and quite squishy. And then one day I had a couple of too many bevies, shock horror, and I knocked the table and it's actually come off the wall a little bit. I've still got to fix that. But it made me realize that I actually much prefer it without the table. Lots of room. Not lots of room, I mean people have much bigger vans, but it is more than enough for me. So yeah, let's go and take a look inside the bathroom. So in here I do have a mirror. I've got all this storage to the side, my toilet, heaps more storage under here, which is great. The one thing I do really love about the van is it's clearly a separate shower and toilet, which for me was a game changer. And then I've got my shower in here, so lots of room. So yeah, as I mentioned, this van does have a separate shower and toilet, and for me personally, that has been an absolute game changer. So my first van had a combined shower and toilet, and it was a great first van, and I learned a lot about what I liked and didn't like. But I did say when I get my new van or my next van, I really want that to be separate. And I tell you what, it was so worth it. I know that that is a luxury and a privilege, but I guess it's just something to be mindful if you are looking into vans, whether it's gonna bother you, or if you're like me and would prefer it to be separate. So yeah, a few reasons why I enjoy it, but I personally love having the extra room to get ready, to store my stuff. That was really the big thing. In the other van, I was having to store all of my, what do you call it, toiletries and stuff outside of the bathroom because everything kind of gets wet. And I know that some vans have, waterproof storage in the shower, but ours didn't. And yeah, just having, I guess, the vanity and room to store all of my bathroom essentials, as well as not having to worry about if the floor was wet, when I was coming in to use the bathroom from the shower, stuff like that. So yeah, obviously there's workarounds and ways around it, but yeah, for me, separate shower and toilet all the way. So yeah, And then coming out of the bathroom, you can see I do have this big shelf here. I keep the TV there, so I guess if you're on the couch, you can easily watch it. Or I do prop this up. I'll show you what I prop it up on, and then just rotate it so it faces the bed. But to be honest, I don't really watch TV in the van. It's good for, I guess, bad weather and stuff like that. But yeah, it doesn't get used that often. And then in here is more storage. So this van is definitely not short on storage. Guess it is a bit of a jumbled, organized, chaotic mess in here. I have sort of labeled some things. But yeah, it goes very deep and stores a lot of stuff. So obviously stuff back there is stuff I don't really use that often. And then I keep all of my often reached for items really close. These containers are what I actually prop the TV up on if I am watching it in the van. They're just from Kmart. They're a really good container for me. I like that they're clear because I can see what's in them and also labeled. But yeah, nice and deep. And then just got all of my controls here, my remote switch for the inverter, and my, what do we call this? My battery monitoring system, as well as my lights and my tanks. And this baby, oh lordy. If you don't have one of these and you go camping in winter, what are you even doing? Diesel heater, absolute game changer. I then store all of my keys on this door, and I'm not gonna use it that much, but as you can see, that is the depth of the cupboard, and then this is like a secondary access point for just more stuff that's stored. But yeah, like I said, probably due to clean this out a bit. Organized mess. I know what's in there. Don't judge me. So yeah guys, as I said, that is a really quick run through on what the inside of my van looks like. So what do you think? Do you think that this setup would work for you, or you'd prefer something a little bit different? And also, do you want a bit more of a in-depth run through on the inside and outside, or you're not really interested? Let me know below in the comments. Happy to do one. Can't guarantee when that will be, but yes, let me know what you guys think. So yeah, anyways, I think we'll just leave it there. So as always, thanks for the support guys. Would mean a lot if you could like, subscribe, comment down below, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.